Hi, I'm Michael Berge with Digiday here on day one of Possible, and I'm very happy to have with me Janet Balis, who's the partner and marketing practice leader with EY. Welcome, Janet.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Did you get in yesterday?
I did.
Okay. Hopefully you got a little sun or a little beach.
I got a little sunshine. Yeah, it's beautiful
Excellent.
out there.
So, start off with just, what are your expectations of year two of the Possible Conference? I don't know if you were here last year. What do you hope to get out of it?
Well, I have to say it's fantastic to be here at Possible. I'm a global board member of the MMA, and so it's been really exciting to see Possible come together for year two. It was phenomenal in year one. I think it's even bigger this year, and just to see thousands of people come together across the media, marketing, technology, and agency ecosystem. There isn't an event like this anywhere else in the United States where we can all come together and talk about the most important issues with the thought leaders that really matter. So I'm thrilled to be here.
Good. I would love to know, you're going to be speaking tomorrow afternoon. You have significant media side experience, I believe Time Warner, Martha Stewart, Living Omnimedia, elsewhere. But in your role at EY, I don't mean to sound trite, but you're kind of a CMO whisperer. What do you think are the 2 or 3 most important issues that CMOs need to worry about that's going to affect them today?
So, look, I think we're going to hear a lot about AI acceleration because it is the obligatory topic on everyone's mind. And technology acceleration overall, because there is no question that data, technology, and AI are forever going to transform the way we can think and operate across the business. But I think the first thing we have to think about when we do that is just to remember that as much as it changes how quickly and how astutely we can build audiences or build creative, it actually changes what we need to do for the humans in our organizations to make sure they're asking better questions. So that's the first thing, to think about the human impact.
Yep.
The second thing that I'm seeing that's particularly important is, man, the old definitions of everything just do not work. The definitions of channels, the definitions of media types, the silos in our organizations, the kinds of agencies we hire for different kinds of things. We just have a lot of different boundaries that are really going to hold us back because the future is very fluid and dynamic. And if you're going to use that data intelligently and think about really dynamic decision making, that's not particularly well suited. And then the third thing I would highlight is to think about the ecosystem. When we think so often, we're thinking transactionally. What are we going to buy from whom? And it's the wrong way to think. The media companies are bringing forward more sophisticated offerings than ever before. They have programmatic offerings, automated offerings, self-service offerings, in addition to their linear television and streaming and all the other good stuff. So when you put that on top of all the agency capabilities and then all the things that the CMOs are already doing inside of their organizations to power themselves more effectively, you have to put all of that together. You can't just do a one-way or two-way transaction. And I think that's what people are really struggling with.
Well, let me ask you this. Is it the agencies, is it the marketers, or is it the media companies, or even the platforms that are lagging the most in this struggle that you just described? Or is it all of the above?
I think it's all of the above, but I think, look, money leads and everyone follows the money. So I do think CMOs have a disproportionate amount of power in the equation to lead the conversation, because when CMOs speak, everyone listens.
Yep.
But I will say, I have seen some remarkable agencies who have disproportionately invested in the relationship with their clients, and clients who have disproportionately invested in the partnership with their agencies. I'd love to see similar things happen between agencies and media companies, and media companies and marketers. To me, it's about triangulating across that whole equation. Even if you look at the platforms and the big announcements that they're making, embedding more AI in their offerings, it's really exciting, but it's only exciting if you can use it purposefully. And to use it purposefully, you have to see it in context. And that context is going to take not just big strategy, not just amazing press releases, but a lot of very thoughtful work to make sure that the people who use those tools, because people aren't going away, are really informed on how to put that to use, whether it's for a short-term objective or a long-term KPI. We have to really get people focused on how to put it to productive use.
So you just mentioned people a couple of times, and a lot of the buzz around AI is the fear of it replacing humans. But there's also that groundswell kind of responding to that, saying that generative AI is only going to be as good as the input, but also the supervision from humans. So where do you stand on AI's impact on talent and talent retention and staffing in general across the ecosystem?
Generative AI and AI in general is a powerful tool that allows us to do more than ever before. The first use cases that we're seeing are incredibly exciting because they allow us to do things more effectively, more productively. It allows us to access skills and that we just frankly couldn't do. If I can go text to code, if I can go text to video, of course, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
But when you take the people who are particularly extraordinary in their craft, take an animator, for example, who's using Midjourney to be able to do an animation that used to be done, let's call it the old-fashioned way before.
Right.
Now that person is taking the skills and applying them to, for example, 2 hours of crafting the perfect prompt to do that animation. That's not taking the job away. It's shifting the skills to say, how do I now do things in a totally different way and apply new things to that craft, not replacing the craft. I don't think the humans go away. I think they're able to do extraordinary new things with these new capabilities, and we have to think that way. I do think that AI will challenge the entire operating model at some point in most companies because it does connect the dots across functions that couldn't see past their boundaries. Marketing connecting to supply chain, marketing connecting to sales, sales connecting to finance, all of these different things suddenly become much easier to do in much more real-time scenarios.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and round it up then, okay?
All right.
Janet Balis, thank you so much for your time, and have a great Possible.
It was a pleasure being with you. Enjoy your Possible.
Thanks.